It's always a pleasure to come to D.C. In fact, thank you very much for coming. Thank you so very much. The reason why I have to thank you guys just as related as you, boy didn't go to school. But then when people come to listen to him, he wants to fire. For real. I made it 1 year of age now. And I'm the same little boy that I used to be when I was 14. I could change. I wish I could. But I could never find what to change to. I had to remain me. So, this evening, with your help, which is the greatest help, you and me, we're going to travel on a journey into our DNA. I think it is necessary. Journey to tap into our DNA. Why should we? It is in our DNA that we find the answer. We want to thank the American Medical Association. We want to thank the Chinese Yin Yang. We want to thank the Japanese microbiotic. We want to thank the Indian Ayurveda. Why do we want to thank them? Because they made great efforts trying to help us. Sure they did. They couldn't do it. They could not do it. It wasn't their fault. It was our job to do. So this is a boy that didn't go to school. At age 20, he found himself a merchant seaman. Traveling the world. Africa, Asia, Europe, South America. I speak two languages. Born in Honduras, 1933. The 26th of November. I'm 81 years of age now. The boy. I couldn't participate in anything. My brother, he was a theologian. He didn't listen to what I had to say. He was a theologian. He went to school, I didn't. Well, I wasn't bothered by that because he went to school. I was always a little boy who thought he knew everything, and I still do feel that way about myself. I've never changed. Why I felt this way about myself, I don't know. The boy that didn't go to school became a steam engineer. And as a steam engineer, he decided to go this journey of healing. Why? I'm Mexican. A Mexican knew more about me than I did about my own race. This Mexican lived in Cuernavaca, Morelos, 1964. The brother is sick. I'm impotent for 2 years. I am diabetic for 4. I am asthmatic for 30. And I'm angry. I'm very extremely angry. So angry, I want to kill my wife. And it was never her fault. It was all me. But I was that sick. I went to Chinese healers. I went to African herbalists. I went to many herbalists and healers, and they didn't help me. But I went to Mexico, and the man said to me, "Sit down. Where are you from?" I said, "From Honduras." He said, "I cannot talk to you." And that is why. Because black people doesn't come from Honduras. And that is the God in heaven truth. black folks do not come from Honduras. Maya, Lenca, Paya, not black people. So why you tell me you're from Honduras? I said, I was born there. I said, you may have been born there, but your DNA is African. I said, you're right. I am an African. Well, I'm satisfied. I'm comfortable. Now what? He said, well, if you take a careful look at the arrangement of life, you will see why you have asthma. You will see why you're impotent and diabetic and obese and weigh 291 and you're angry. When God placed black people in Africa, God did not put any cows in Africa. He did not put any hogs in Africa. Neither rice and beans and yams. God did not put any yams or cassava in Africa. He didn't put any corn. He didn't put any wheat. These things are hybrid. They are made in a laboratory. They aren't African. And this is what makes you sick. What do? Stop eating. For how long? A day or two? No, 90 days. I said, how am I going to live? How are you going to live? You say, are you crazy? You're asking me how you're going to live? You've been eating rice and beans and hot mouths and big feet all your life. And because I'm going to stop you from eating it, you ask me how you're going to live. You say what you believe was killing you. Well, I stopped. And every disease left. I got a job in the county as an engineer, and I was going to work with all these herbs. And my friends laughed at me. What you doing with these things? I said, well, I was killed by them, so I want to research more into them. I'm a steam engineer working with herbs. Yes, there is a relationship. Because steam engineering, you are addressing and you're working with the science of thermodynamics. And so in the human body, heat exchange. So as a steam engineer, I noticed that the only thing that causes the machine or the whole unit, the plant, to go bad is either there is no heat or there is obstruction in the tubes. And we use a system and a chemical called chelate. You perform a chelation to clean the tubes of the boilers. I worked there for 10 years. And I applied the same system to the human body. Cleansing. Cleansing away what? That which didn't belong in our biology. Because you see, I'm a little boy that didn't go to school, but had his eyes on a naked woman in the jungles of Africa. Now what does she have to do with everything? She had to do with everything. That naked woman in the jungle that I worship today and help me to reach the understanding as to what healing is like. That black woman in the jungles. How did she come into the picture? Well, you see, as I quit my job in 1980 to go on a journey to Dominica, I was wrong. You see, I lived a life that was wrong all my life. I was wrong. First of all, to begin with, my mama was married to my daddy. That was wrong. That was out of wedlock. Then, my daddy died before I was born. So all I knew was the voice of my mama. Well, according to the philosophers today, just like you. My grandfather told her, don't send him to school. So I didn't. So as I grew up, this black woman in the jungles now is coming into my face because I began to research into homeopathy. Nobody in homeopathy is curing any disease. I look into the yin-yang, the microbiology, the acupuncture, acupressure. But I didn't hear anything about Africa. And why should I hear about Africa? Because my genetic predisposition is different. I do not fit in all these entities. I am that African that tells you I am different. But I live in a world that even though different, I am given the food of another and the medicine of another. Is there something wrong with that picture? I think so. So the boy set out to do this journey. But as I look at this black woman in the jungles of Africa, she didn't have any disease. She didn't have any hospitals. She didn't have any doctors. She didn't have any medicine. She died of old age. In researching her and her environment, she didn't even have a toilet. Oh my God, the woman didn't have a toilet. Why? Because her fecal matter was alkaline. You see, that naked woman in the jungles, how does she connect the dots? She connected the dots because all she had in her environment was phosphates, carbonates, iodides, and bromides. These are considered by scientists to be food and vitalizers. I know she had to have something with her because the other entities of healing wasn't doing anything. But as I look at that naked woman, she showed me and gave me the answer. You have to go to the jungles and find the plants that she ate. It's simple as that. I'm not a scientist. I'm not wiser than you. I'm not even educated. Because I have never been trained. Common sense. Just like the eagle. And when the eagle makes his nest up on the hill, who teach that eagle to weave that nest? Did she go to school to learn to weave the nest? Or she was born with it genetically? In her gene, in her DNA, it was indelibly printed. Just like the beaver. He makes the dam to catch the fish. Did he go to school to learn to do that? No. So when Dr. Sebi claimed to cure AIDS, and he didn't go to school, wow. That is strange.